starting the second period. 2-0 lead here for Westwood. Again, we apologize there for the technical difficulty there between. I just said that. I just said it. All right, so here we go. We apologize for the technical difficulty. We are still doing it. We just had a little technical difficulty with the sound. So we do have it up there. We do have it done yet again. So we do apologize for that. We are here at the Big North Public Duels between the Westwood and the Old Tappan right here for your commentator on the call, James Clarke, at the Big North Finals right here. And on the other mat, we have the third place match between PCTI and Clifton on the other mat. So we'll get it readjusted here. This is the finals between Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights. Westwood leading this bout right here 4-0. And almost near the pin right there is Westwood, and got the pin right there. So congratulations to him. And that will make it 6-0 for Westwood. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here today, please be sure to drop a like on this video, and be sure to also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. And we are here at the 120-pound bout here between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights. This is the Big North Public Duel Final between these two teams. Your commentator on the call is James Clarke, and on the other mat is Shane Dunn, who is covering the third place match between Clifton and PCTI. And now Westwood getting in on a shot of his own. See if we can try and finish that one there. Gets the takedown near it at least. I think they're going to give it to him. He does get it. That will be 2-0. See if he can lock up a cradle here. See if he can continue to run something here. Nothing doing there. Blocking that ankle is the Westwood wrestler, as he has control of that leg. Blocking it off is Old Tappan, blocking that off. Nice job by him by, trying to sprawl out and trying to not give up any points whatsoever, as Westwood maintains control still. And locks up a near side cradle. See if he could try to finish this one here. And he's going to get at least 3 back points if he doesn't stick them. I think the momentum is still, he has it right there. Westwood leads this one. It's 12-0. Westwood leads this one 12-0 in the finals. Follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here today, please be sure to drop a like on this stream here if you like to. And be sure to also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey. So thank you so much for tuning in. We are here at the Big North Public Duels here. This is the finals matchup between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights. This is your commentator on the call, James Clarke. We are here at 126 pounds with a 12-0 lead for Westwood in the finals right now already got themselves 2 pins in a row, making it 12-0 for the Cardinals. Try to see if he can finish that one on there, but blocking that off is the Old Tappan wrestler. Nice job by him. See if he could try to get something going here. And, you know, both wrestlers in a funk, not willing to give up an inch and trying to scramble around in that position, but I think Old Tappan is near the takedown. He's going to get it himself. He'll lead this one 2-0. Throws in both legs now. Again, we are in the process of getting these names, so we do apologize if they're not into our system. We are in the process of doing that momentarily. At the moment, they just stopped announcing names, so we'll be sure to get the names of them to you momentarily. So we do apologize for that. Try to see if he could run something. Got 10 seconds left to go. See what he could do here. We're under 2 seconds to go in the first period. Old Tappan leading this one 2-0 after 1 period.
At the 126 weight class, Jonathan Rotolo from Northern Valley Old Tappan and Victor Yee from Westwood.
Okay, so we have Yee from Westwood, and we'll get some reiteration for the Old Tappan wrestler momentarily. But starting from the bottom position is the Old Tappan wrestler. Let's see what they can try and do here. Breaking down the base is Yee, doing a nice job with that. Now we'll try to see if he can run something with that. Try to hook the leg around. And a Peterson there, which is something that we've seen a few times this year. Not as much as normal, but it's going to be at least a 5-point move. If he doesn't stick him, but near a pin right there. I think he's near it. He calls the pin. It's going to be 12-6 right now. Old Tappan trails this one right now.
On mat 2,
We like to take the time to thank the sponsors for today, and they are as follows. Brother Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for providing financial support for today's match here at the Big North Public Duels. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at Garden State HS Wrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here today at the Big North Duels, please be sure to drop a like on this stream. And be sure to also hit the subscribe button as well for all of your wrestling needs, your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com provides the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey.
Weight class, winner by fall from Northern Valley Old Tappan, Jonathan Rotolo.
And front headlock position there.
On mat 1, Sam Bartlett and Jonathan Drucker from Northern Valley Old Tappan.
So we have Bartlett from Westwood, and we have Drucker from Old Tappan. So we got the names, and we're getting ready to go at that one, so that's good. So we have the names up there, Bartlett from Westwood and Drucker from Old Tappan. Try to breaking down that, throwing in the whizzer is Drucker on that shot attempt. Trying to do a throw there is Bartlett. Nothing doing there. Still nicely defended there by Drucker with throwing in that whizzer. Nothing doing there, as it's been such a physical and funky kind of wrestling that we've seen here going into the fourth bout of this matchup between these two teams. And now, not in that quite position to try a headlock, but it was an attempt to do that, but they're going to go out of bounds. 39 seconds left to go in the first period between the two wrestlers at 132 pounds. Still 30 seconds to go in the first. We're still tied up at 0. And as I say that, Drucker probably could get it. Nope, not really. Could end up being, my goodness, what an exciting way to start off this bout right here between these two wrestlers. Both wrestlers definitely showing a lot of funky moves, being able, in terms of getting in takedowns, getting in on, scrambling positions. We'll see what Bartlett could do as he has 10 seconds left to go. And Drucker almost near the takedown right here. Should get it any second, but could be blocked off. Not going to get it in time, and we have a 0-0 tie heading into the second period. And this is going to be, it's going to be Old Tappan's choice. They're going to defer. Westwood decides to go bottom, and that's definitely a call that most coaches in these kind of situations would do, is definitely to choose bottom, especially if a score is tied up. So that's going to be stopped, I believe. Yeah, it was on the official because they heard the other referee from the other mat, which is being covered by Shane Dunn with Clifton PCTI for the third place match. That's probably what they heard. So that was on the official time there. So no caution awarded there, but 2 back points coming for Drucker. Going to come for some more, definitely, and got the pin of his own after a nice little flurry that we've seen from both wrestlers. Got a pin here. We're all tied up at 12. Congratulations to Drucker. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here as far as our streams go and things like that, please be sure to also hit that little like button down below and hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Again, we are here at Passaic County Technical Institute covering the Big North Public Duels final between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights, with your commentator on the call, James Clarke, calling this one solo, and Shane Dunn covering on the other mat for the third place match between PCTI and Clifton.
132 weight class, winner by fall from Northern Valley, Old Tappan, Jack Drucker.
So we'll see what happens going into this matchup here. Gonna cut him here. Makes this one 2-1.
And Benicio Gregorio from Westwood High School.
Trying to go in on the shot is the Westwood wrestler. It was Ribeiro from Westwood and Olivo from Old Tappan. And it's going to get stopped there for a stalemate. That's a good call right there. Neither wrestler was improving their position.
On mat 2 at the 126 weight class from Passaic County Tech, Talon Mangenzi.
And both wrestlers still feeling each other out, not giving up an inch.
Winner by fall from Clifton High School, Najib Salim.
So getting this one 2-1 lead here for the Westwood Cardinals here right now. 2-1 for Ribeiro. Olivo going to see if he can try to get a takedown of his own. Gets the takedown of his own. He'll take the lead in this one, 3-2. Trying to work that tilt there is Olivo, but not in any kind of position to be able to do that. Is Olivo. That's going to be the end of one period, and Ribeiro leads this one 3-2 over Olivo, and Ribeiro knew exactly where he was going. He wanted to go bottom right away. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We are here at PCTI covering the Big North Public Duels final matchup here between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights, with your commentator on the call, James Clarke. We are tied up here at 12 apiece for both teams, and we have a 3-2 lead right here for Ribeiro of Westwood in the 138-pound bout. trying to work something there is Alivo. See if he could try to reload and try to work something again. And see if he just keeps wrestling. They're going to keep wrestling here. Try to see if they can lock up a cradle as Alivo. They're going to go out of bounds. Got 1:04 left to go in the second period, with Ribeiro leading this one 3-2. And 3-2, Ribeiro leads this one. And trying to work on a tilt there is, see if we can get some back points there for Alivo. Gonna hold on for 3 points here. I think they're looking for 3, I think. So we have our scoreboard up on here, so this will be the one that we're using for the rest of the day, which will be good for us. I think he's still holding on for, yep, we got 3 back points there, okay. For, my apologies, this is Alivo leading this one 6-2. Got 5 seconds left to go in the second. And this will be, I want to say this is going to be Ribeiro's choice. Yeah, the coaches are looking over. And it looks like that the bottom man is going to be Alivo going down for this one. So Alivo leads this one 6-2. See if we can try to stand up here. Now let's see if he tries to spin around. See if he can get something. Gonna get the reversal there for Alivo. Leads this one 8-2 now. So again, we're getting it corrected on the scoreboard there. It's 8-2 Alivo. Alivo leads this one 8-2. Now it's gonna be, now they give it 8-3, which is interesting. So again, we are working on the scoreboard to make sure it's all corrected and everything, so our apologies. We're getting some back points. 10-3 now. We're getting some back points there for Alivo. Gonna get some back points out of that one. Maybe even close to even sticking them right there. But using that foot there to kind of just maintain, but now calling for some injury time is, and not gonna get it though, as it's a pin for Alivo. And Old Tappan is going to take this lead right here for their team, 18-12. That was a great match right there for Alivo to help out his Old Tappan team take its first lead today, 18-12. Congratulations to him.
Winner by fall at 138 from Northern Valley Old Tappan, Daniel Olivio.
We'd like to take the time to thank our following sponsors for today's matchup here at the Big North Public Duels. Brother Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for providing financial support for us today with your sponsorships to cover today's match. So here we go at 144 pounds right here. Between the two wrestlers, going to get the takedown there. Leads this one 2-0. That was a nice quick takedown. Leads this one 2-0. Again, we are getting the names momentarily as they announce them.
At 144 on mat 1, Caleb Kim and Ryan Sabalo.
So Caleb Kim from Old Tappan. And as he gets the first takedown of this matchup here. And gonna definitely try to pronounce this one. Skilvanos from Westwood, and Kim holding a 2-0 lead for Old Tappan. try to bring him back down to the mat. Nice mat return there for Kim as we get up to approach to the 1 minute mark here. So 2-0 right now for Kim. 18-12, Old Tappan leads this one. We got 56 seconds left to go in the first period. And what has been a pinning festival here between both the teams, as Westwood started out the finals with 2 straight pins, and now Old Tappan getting 3 straight there. So 5 combined pins for both teams so far. So it's been a pinning fest here so far between both teams. And both wrestlers going out of bounds. 42 seconds left to go in this first period. Kim leads this one 2-0. Just got to watch that. Yep, I thought they were going to call a caution right there just because of the elbow placement or the belly button where he was placing his hand right there. I thought that was going to be caution. Or he's looking on the foot there. Okay. Most oftentimes, officials will definitely indicate the caution if it's on the elbow or the belly button, that the hand has to be around that. And usually the foot too, for sure. One foot they have to be behind. We're getting in. Got the escape. 2-1 right now for Kim. Leads this one over Scofanos from Westwood. 10 seconds to go in the first period. See if he could try to do something, but nothing is going to do there as we're going into the second period with Kim leading a 2-1 lead right now. It's going to be their choice. They're going to defer, and he's going to go bottom to start this second period. So any points are crucial here right now. Of course, it's still early in the match, so doesn't really indicate too much, but you definitely want to try to get all the wins that you possibly can in any which way. So Kim doing a nice little mat return there. We'll see what goes on here. Kim tries to lift up from behind. Just got to be careful to go out of bounds.
Winner by fall from Passaic County Tech, Ryan Mohammed.
Which is something that you see often too, especially in the heavier weights, where you see wrestlers get pushed out of bounds and sometimes they fall into the crowd or fall into other things, vice versa, or the scores table. But it just shows the aggression that both wrestlers are having right now, as it's 2-1 right now. Kim leading this one. See if he can try to lock up something. Has a, not quite the crossface there because Sclefanos has that arm trap there, but now we are all tied up at 2 after that escape.
On mat 2 at the 138 weight class from Clifton High School.
Be sure we'll try to see what happens here. We get into the action. Trying to get into a front headlock position is the Westwood wrestler. See if he can try to spin from behind. Maybe try to see if he can get something out of it. Now just needs to try to do something. Just got to be careful he doesn't give up a takedown of his own, but that looks like it's going to be the case. Maybe not, actually. Nope, nothing there. They're still neutral. The Westwood coach is definitely not happy about that because could have been a takedown there right at the edge of the mat, but very fortunate for him that he was not in that predicament. But either way, we're going to get a restart here. 35 seconds left to go in the second period. We are all tied up at 2 for both wrestlers, tied up here at the moment. We'll try to see what we can do. Neutral, going back into neutral position are both wrestlers after going out of bounds. We'll see what Kim can try and do. Maybe try to get a takedown here, maybe. Try to snap down on the head, or both wrestlers, especially with Kim, who's been the aggressor here and has been near a couple of takedowns, but only been successful with getting one. so far in this bout. But we're going to go into the third period. We're all tied up at 2 still. And this is going to be Kim's choice. Got to go bottom. Definitely got to go bottom here. So that's exactly what he's going to do to start the third period. And they're going to try to get wrestlers all reset and everything. I think we're going to take some time. It looks like it's going to be some injury time for Westwood. So let's talk about our sponsors for today. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Follow us on social media with all of our Facebook stuff. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like all the streams that we have provided here today, please be sure to drop a like on this stream right here that we're doing right here, right now. And be sure to also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey. We are here at PCTI covering the Big North Public Duels, the final matchup here between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights with your commentator on the call, James Clarke. We are here at the 144 bout with Old Tappan leading this one 18-12. And now going to get the takedown of his own. There's Kim trying to work for some more, but definitely not anything doing there. We lead this one 5-2. Need to try to work something here. Both wrestlers need to try to find something, to try to do something here. Trying to grab control of that leg is Kim, but that's not going to be doing anything there. We got 5-3 advantage here right now. And trying to get on a shot of his own is Gravanos from Westwood. Near it there, but Kim defending that one off. Trying to indicate to try to get some back points. He's going to get a takedown of his own. We're all tied up at 5. 35 seconds left to go in the third period. My goodness. This is crazy right now. We're all tied up at 5. 5 apiece between both wrestlers. That could potentially go into overtime, but Kim needing to get out from here if he wants to be the victor of this bout. Any win, any points that you can get would be a win for your team, but getting him near on his back as Kim tried a Granby roll, but nothing doing there. And unless anything crazy happens here, we are gonna go into overtime. We're all tied up at 5. We'll have the 1-minute sudden victory round between both of these wrestlers. Takedown wins it here. If neither one gets a takedown, we will go into the tiebreakers. But let's see what happens here as we get in to the first overtime period. Sudden victory number 1. First takedown wins it here. Kim getting in on a shot. Slavikas getting in. Gonna see if he can get the pin. And he got the pin in overtime. We are all tied up at 18 apiece. Congratulations to Westwood for getting themselves back into this matchup here. Great job by him. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a new way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. And we like to take the time to quickly thank the following sponsors for today's matchup here. Brother Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for providing financial support for today's matchup at PCTI. Again, we are here live right now at Passaic County Technical Institute for the Big North Public Duels final matchup here between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights, with your commentator on the call, James Clarke. And on the third place matchup is between Clifton and PCTI, and on the call on that one is Shane Dunn. Please tune into that stream as well to see how that matchup is going. But we are here at 150 pounds right now. We are all tied up after that exciting pin there from Slikovanos from Westwood in overtime. See if we can get another exciting one here. We're tied up at 0 right now. 50 seconds left to go in the first period. Try to get back to the center of the mat. Both wrestlers understood that one. Now getting in on that shot there are both wrestlers. So we have Sullivan from Old Tappan, who got that first takedown right there. Leads this one 2-0. Get a restart here in the center of the mat. See if we can try and get here 2-0 lead here for Sullivan of Old Tappan. We are getting the Westwood name momentarily. Get the escape point there, as we have a 2-1 lead here for Sullivan of Old Tappan. Now getting in the underhook. That's going to be at the end of one period. Sullivan leads this one 2-1 after one period. Over Vallis from Westwood. He trails it 2-1. Sullivan leads it 2-1. It's going to be Vallis's choice. He's going to go underneath the start. We'll see what they can do here. Try to split the legs, but try to do a mat return is Sullivan. Grab control of that wrist. Now he has control of that other wrist there too. Now he's got a crossface there. Now trying to do the other crossface, see if he could try to lock up something or ride something at least, but he has that hook, that leg's hooked right there, the left leg of Vallis from Westwood. See if they can try to run something. Now looking for a twister there is Sullivan. We'll see if he's successful with that, which is pretty common. We've seen that a lot today for Westwood, and even with Old Tappan too, you know, we've seen a lot of that move, which is a move that I've seen quite a few times this year in wrestling, which is something that we haven't really seen in the past. But doing such a nice job there is Vallis, just making sure he doesn't get turned, but definitely needs to get out of this one if he wants to definitely win this one, because after 6 straight pins, like, my goodness, from both teams combined, it's definitely crazy. It's going to be a barn burner. This match could come down to the final bout. Very well could. You just never know in wrestling. Bringing him back into the mat there is Sullivan. Out of bounds is the official. They're going to get a restart in the center of the mat. As both wrestlers are going to get themselves reset. That was awfully quick there. But Sullivan getting back on top. See if he could try to run something. Now we'll see if he can try to drag Vallis back into the mat, as he still leads this one. It's 2-1 right now, a Sullivan lead right now. And we'll see what they can do here. They're near out of bounds, and yes, they are. They're going to go out of bounds there. They're going to get a restart in the center of the mat. 42 seconds left to go in the second period. And you get a restart here. Try to split the legs there is the Old Tappan wrestler of Sullivan. Try to see if he could try to bring him back in, but, you know, Vallis doing a good job, though, in his own right to at least try to get out from bottom, but Sullivan just been following through the entire second period. It's almost like Vallis is just near it a little bit, but Sullivan just following through with every which move that Vallis has been doing in this bout. It's just been absolutely impressive. Now we'll see what they can try and do. We're approaching 15 seconds left to go in the second period. If Sullivan could ride out here, that will be huge for him. And would think that he probably might choose bottom to start the third period, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We have a 2-1 lead still for Sullivan leads this one. And this is gonna be Sullivan's choice. He's going bottom, just like I thought. I think the coaches, yep, they're indicating to just let him ride from top. Just see what he could try to do from top, and then if you're not getting it exactly, you know, definitely cut him, try to get the takedown. I think he felt that momentum coming. I think he was just like, let him go. So we'll make it 3-1 right now for Sullivan. And we'll see if Vallis gets the takedown of his own. He getting it blocked off is Sullivan. But nice wizard there thrown in, and they're going to go out of bounds, going back into the neutral position. 1:29 to go in the third period. Sullivan leads this one 3-1 for his Old Tappan team.
The 150 weight class, Ali Abuhaber, and from Clifton High School, Jack Sika.
We'll see what happens. He tries to do what he can. Maybe try to get something going here. Maybe he could try to get the takedown of his own. He has control. Now he's got the leg in there for Sullivan. Blocking it off is Vallis. And now getting into that scramble position are both wrestlers. Trying to lock through is Vallis. Trying to grab those ankles is Vallis. See if he could try to do something here. And we'll see what happens here. Just has to be careful. He doesn't try to pin himself here too, because that's been the message today for both of these teams, just pinning each other all over the place. It's been absolutely crazy. Just has to be careful he doesn't pin himself here. Could still keep himself into that, but Sullivan gonna get the takedown of his own. At the moment, it is going to seal the deal here for Sullivan as he leads this one. It's now 5-1. And he's going to go ahead and win this one. And it will give Old Tappan the lead again, 21-18. Congratulations to Sullivan getting that takedown. So we will be heading into the 157 bout momentarily. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GSHSW.com's live wrestling coverage. Do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. Again, we are here live at Passaic County Technical Institute, where we are covering the Big North Public Duels, the final matchup here between the Old Tappan Knights and Westwood Cardinals, with your commentator on the call, James Clarke. And on the other mat, covering the third place match, is Shane Dunn, with that matchup between Clifton and PCTI, and Westwood getting in on that quick takedown of his own. It's Kausas from Westwood and Fowley from Old Tappan, and Kausas leads this one 2-0 after that nice takedown of his own. See what we can try to do here now. Maintains control. We're here at 157 now. So we're just about the midway through, but it's still anybody's match between Westwood and Old Tappan. Gonna get called for stalemate. Not sure if Calcis was really happy about that stalemate, but I think either way there wasn't really much going for him there, and I think he just called it. It was like, okay, we'll try to get a reset here. Maybe I'll try to work for something. And try to split the legs across there is Calcis. See if he tries to throw a crossface in. And he's just going to get out of this one. 2-1 for Calcis, leading this one. See if we can try to drag him back in. Now a stall warning. Yeah, it's a stall warning on Calcis, and the coaches are definitely not happy about that stall call. And I can understand why. That seemed awfully quick, but again, officials are always going to call things differently. That's why we're not the officials. They are. But either way, a stall warning there on Calcis. Now we're tied up here at 2, it looks like, but it should still be 2-1 because that was the first stall warning of the bout. And we'll get clarification on that momentarily. But it should just be 2-1 right now. It's going to be Fowley's choice from Old Tappan. He's going to defer, I think, and then Calcis is going to go underneath the start. It should still be 2-1. But on the scoreboard, it still says it's tied up at 2. And getting the reversal is Calcis, and he's going to lead this one 4-2. Getting in on another shot there is Calcis. It's 4-3 after getting that escape for Fowley. And Calcis really being the aggressor of this one, not happy about getting warned for stalling there, and gets the takedown there. We got a 6-3 lead for Calcis right now. Definitely trying to make sure that he's overcoming that stall warning that he got earlier. So now it's 6-3 Calcis from Westwood. See if we can lock up a half Nelson, or no, excuse me, a power half there for Calcis. That's definitely something that he is looking for. Let's see what they can try and do here. 45 seconds left to go in the second period. Calcis leads this one. It's 6-3 right now. He leads this one. And now stall warning on the bottom man for Fowley. That's his first one. Now we have a warning apiece from both wrestlers. Now we'll see 15 seconds to go. Just has to be careful not to get rolled in his own right either. That would definitely not be good in his own perspective. But they're going to go out of bounds. 8 seconds to go in the second period. We have a 6-3 lead here for Calcis. Try to see if he can work something here. We got some short time going into the second. Just have to watch the hand placement there. See if we can try to run something. Now getting into a Granby roll there, but following through nicely is Calcis from Westwood. And that's going to be the end of 2 periods. We have a 6-3 lead for Calcis. This is going to be, it's going to be Fowley's choice. He's going neutral. He's going neutral here. I thought they were going to go top. The coach indicated to try to work a tilt, but then they were like, nope, we're going to go neutral. So that's exactly what's going to happen. They go neutral, and 2 more minutes on the clock. And this will be interesting to see how this one ends up. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't get caught in his own right, as Fowley trying to work for a desperation move. Not something that he needed there right away, but Still wanted to try to get the momentum going here. It's 8-3 right now. Cauces leads this one. Try to work from the side there is Cauces. Going out of bounds there is both wrestlers. We got 1:11 to go in the second period. Got 1:11 to go in the third period. That's going to get called for caution right there. I think he was looking at that hand. It looked like it did move just ever so slightly, and the official caught on to that. Now it's going to be and the coaches were indicating that the same thing too. Again, watching the hand placement, but from Old Tappan at least, they were catching on to that one, but the official did not see it. But we got a minute left to go in the third period. We got a 8-3 lead for Cauces of Westwood, leading 8-3 over Fowley of Old Tappan. Try to see if we can work something here. Working to the side is Cauces.
At the 150 weight class, winner by decision, Ali Abu Harith.
Trying to do a Granby attempt there, but not successful with it was Fowley. Let's see what he can do here. Breaking back down to the mat.
At the 157 weight class, on mat 2.
See if we can do something here. 10 seconds to go in the third period.
And from Passaic County Tech, James Conklin.
That's going to be, I think that's going to be the end of the match. Yep, it is going to be the end of that one. 8-3 win there for Cauces. We are all tied up at 21 now. So congratulations to him. And they're right back in it right after that. So be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here today, please be sure to drop a little like button down below on the YouTube page, and be sure to hit the subscribe button as well for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey.
At the 165 weight class.
We are here live at the Passaic County Technical Institute.
On the mat
And as
from
I
Westwood High School, Jade
go into that, we're in the Big North Duels final matchup between the Old Tappan Knights and the Westwood Cardinals with the commentator on the call, James Clarke. We are here at 165. We're all tied up at 21. We got the takedown there, and it's a 2-0 lead for Ferreira right now of Old Tappan getting that takedown. Minute 25 to go in the first. Now throwing in that crossface there is Ferreira. Now see if he could try to do something. He looked like he was trying to do a switch, but nothing doing there. As both wrestlers are going to go back into the swing of things. And we'll see what happens here. Now both wrestlers getting the feel of each other. We'll see what they could do. Ferreira leads this one 2-0 right now. We got a minute left to go in the first period. And the Westwood coaches were indicating for fleeing the mat, they're not going to get it there, as we're all tied up at 0 still. Or no, excuse me, 2-0 for Ferreira of Old Tappan, but they were indicating for fleeing the mat. And the coach is definitely not happy about that from the Westwood side. Got 40 seconds left to go. Seeing what he can do from there is Sampson. That gets stopped for, yeah, illegal move right there. I thought that was going to be the case. I thought he was going to do that. That's a point there Makes it 2-1 now for Ferreira, which I kind of thought that was going to be what they were going to call eventually, and they did. It was the right call. So we'll see what happens. 25 seconds left to go in the first period. See what they could try to do is we have a crossface thrown in there, and a front headlock position is Ferreira. And Sampson getting out of that one, I would say, yep, we're all tied up at 2 now. And I think both wrestlers may just be content going into the second period. All tied up at 2. And yeah, I think the Westwood coaches are indicating for Sampson to go bottom, yep. They definitely want him to be able to go from the bottom position, be able to score from there at least. So they're going to try to stand up here. Ferreira breaks him back down after that ankle. Dragging the ankle back down there was Ferreira. Riding hard from top. Now seeing if he could try to work the claw. Now he's got the claw thrown in. And just going to cut him here. Make it 3-2 for Sampson leading this one. And both wrestlers feeling each other out. Now we'll see what goes on. We got another double leg there. Now we got a takedown of his own right there after that headlock attempt. Sampson extends the lead. It's 5-2 now for Sampson of Westwood. Trying to throw in that half Nelson is Sampson. We'll see what he could try to do there. As he tries to run the half Nelson. Trying to work to the side is Sampson from Westwood. Definitely trying to ride that one. But going back down is Ferreira, trying to get up, but nothing doing there for him. As he runs through that. 35 seconds to go in the second period. And what has been a very interesting matchup here between the two wrestlers, Sampson and Ferreira. And the coaches are telling him to run it because he has it right there, but just got to watch himself there too, that he doesn't get reversed or any back points. Ferreira near any sort of points here, escape but still maintaining control is Sampson. He's not going to get out from bottom here, as we're going to have a 5-2 lead right now for Ferreira after 2 periods. So we're going to go into the third period with any which way. This is a very great matchup between these two wrestlers, and we're going neutral to start the third period. So we're going to go ahead, match underway, 5 seconds into the third. We'll see what he could try to do there. Now maintaining control, making sure that nothing is going crazy here. No one's doing anything crazy. They want to wrestle this one cautiously. They don't want to give up any more points after the way both of these teams started out the day in this match. And who could blame them? And we have a sprawl there from Ferreira, blocking off that shot attempt. Ferreira near nothing there, but blocked off. Nice job by Sampson. He's in a sweep single right there. Got the takedown of his own to lead this one 7-2. We have 1:08 to go in the third period as Sampson is holding on for dear life for a 7-2 lead right here over his old Tappan opponent of Ferreira. So we'll try to see what they can do here, try to work something. Try to break down the base is him. We'll see what happens there. And they kind of go out of bounds there already. 42 seconds left to go. It's 7-2 right now for Sampson. Get ourselves reset. Just going to cut him is Sampson. understanding what's at stake here right now. Every win is going to matter between these two teams. Both of these teams definitely are desperate in getting a win here. And any which way would be great for them. So we'll see what happens here. 20 seconds left to go in the third period. We'll see what happens going in. We got less than 15 to go. Sampson got in on a shot of his own and nothing there. We're in the neutral position. I think we're gonna end this one. Westwood will retake the lead as they win this one 7-3 at 165 to extend to now give themselves back the lead 24-21. Congratulations to them. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorships opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams on our local team page or on one of our live streams. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of this show. And we also like to take the time to thank our following sponsors for today, and they are as follows: Brother Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for providing financial support today for GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage here at the Big North Public Duels. And as I mentioned, we are here at Passaic County Technical Institute for the Big North Public Duels, the final matchup between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights, with your commentator, James Clarke, on the call. And if you are interested in tuning in, we have the third place matches going on right now with Shane Dunn on the call, and he's calling Clifton and PCTI on that one for third place. So please tune into that matchup, as that's one of the rivalries there that we have from Garden State HS Wrestling. And we'll be covering that matchup coming up in a couple of weeks at Clifton High School. 2 points there. Makes it 4-1 now for Solera from Westwood, leading this one 4-2.
And from Passaic County Tech, James Ketzenholz.
See if he can try and do something with that. Now he has the Turk thrown in, getting that crossface in, trying to get the Turk going thrown in there is Sailor from Westwood. Getting some back points out of that, leading now should be either 6 or 7-0. It will be 6-0, which I thought was a 2 count right there.
Correction, that's with 5 matches to go.
And now trying to do the power half there is Sailor from Westwood. Leads this one 6-0.
Winner by fall from Passaic County Tech, James Ketzenholz.
And that is the end of one period. We have a 6-0 lead right now for the Westwood Cardinal. So we are at 175 right now. We have a 6-0 lead here for Seller, and Seller is going to take the neutral position, bottom, and is going to get the escape point on this one, make this one 7-0. He's trying to drive in now. A double leg takedown of his own makes it now in major decision territory, 9-0. And getting some back points there. Oh, looked like if he was in bounds just a little bit more, he probably could have gotten the pin. Near the pin there, and he got the pin. And that will extend the lead for Westwood, 30-21. Congratulations for Seller for getting that second period pin, as it extends the lead to 30-21 for Westwood over Old Tappan. So be sure to follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here, please be sure to drop a little like button down below on our YouTube page, and be sure to also hit the subscribe button as well for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GordonStateHSWrestling.com provides the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey.
190 weight class, Aiden Dugan from Westwood High School and Nicholas Rossi from Northern Valley Old Tappan.
So we've got Dugan from Westwood. And we're getting the name for the Old Tappan wrestler is Rossi from Old Tappan. Got in, no takedown there yet. We are here at the 190-pound bout here between both wrestlers, Dugan from Westwood and Rossi of Old
On
Tappan.
mat 2 at the 190 weight class, winner by forfeit from Clifton High School, Nick Doctor.
And we're going to go back into the center of the mat
Mayo from Passaic County Tech,
as both wrestlers feeling each other out just a little bit.
from Clifton.
See if he's in a front headlock position there for Dugan. Less than a minute to go in the first. No takedown awarded there for either wrestler. We'll get back to the center of the mat. And we'll find out what will happen here. We got 50 seconds left to go. You know, we're here at 190. We still have 215, 285, and 106 left to go. So we still have a little bit of time, you know, for both of these teams. It's still anybody's match. Even if it's an Old Tappan win here, you still have 3 bouts to go. You can still definitely try to get the win if you are Old Tappan. So this is still anybody's match here. Nothing is clinched as of yet. But right now Westwood leads it 30-21. And what they've been so impressive today as they ran through that win there against PCTI. And right now they're doing everything that they can to hold off Old Tappan. We'll see what we've got here. 5 seconds to go in the first. And we're going to go into the second period. We are all tied up here at 0. And Dugan going to go bottom right away to start the second period, which is, again, as I've said today, definitely a position that coaches definitely choose at all times, usually, if they are in that predicament of being tied up at a certain score, especially when it's 0-0. And now getting in on a Peterson. Going to get the reversal there. See if we can get some back points. There isn't going to be, I don't believe there's going to be any back points. Did not see him reward any. So it's just going to be a 2-0 lead here for Dugan over Rossi. See what they can do here. As he tries to bring in that single leg there for Dugan. Getting out of that one, it's going to make it 2-1 now after that escape there from Rossi. As both wrestlers feel each other out, nothing given up going there for either wrestler, who's been wrestling aggressively in these upper weight class. We are still here. 35 seconds left to go. We're still here in the neutral position. See what we can try and do. Dugan getting in on a shot. See if we can try and finish something here. Yeah, let's control that ankle there for Rossi. But we'll see if Dugan can get the takedown, as they're in a very scramble-like position. And gonna get the takedown right there. Short time here in the second period with Dugan holding a 4-1 lead. And after 2 periods, he's gonna hold on right now for that 4-1 lead. We got one more period to go. in this bout. And it's going to go bottom. It's going to go bottom here for Rossi to start the third period. Dugan, who's been pretty much the aggressor so far of this matchup here, has done a really nice job. See if he can do something there. He has control. Now he's trying to ride Dugan, trying to ride Rossi. See what he could try to do with that one there. Maintaining control. Now we're going to get the escape there from Rossi. It's going to make it 4-2 now for Dugan of Westwood. 30 seconds into the third period. We'll try to see what happens here, as both wrestlers are still doing everything that they possibly can for this one right here, which has been a really good matchup between these two wrestlers today. We're approaching to the 1 minute mark in the third period. See what can happen here. It can happen at any single moment, as we're 4-2 right now, but Rossi has to be the aggressor if he wants to keep his team in it right now. As I've said multiple times throughout the day, wins are very important, especially in this kind of day right now. But we'll try to figure out and see what he can do with that, as now Rossi getting in on a shot of his own. Going in on the shot there, but nicely defended on that is Dugan. For right now, seals the deal right now in this win, hopeful win for Dugan, as we're approaching under 15 seconds left to go in the third period. We'll see what happens. He's looking up at the clock. He understands time right now. Just going to push him away. Let him give up that escape. And he's going to go in. He's going to escape this one. It's going to be 6-3 win there for Dugan, and extends the lead for the Cardinals, 33-21.
You don't have to foul.
So that's such a great win right there at 190. We have 3 more bouts to go. So today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. And be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here today for you all, please be sure to hit that little like button down below and hit the subscribe button down below for all of your wrestling needs, your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We cover the best wrestling coverage in northern New Jersey. And we are here at 215 pounds. We have 3 bouts to go in this matchup here at the Big North Duels Finals matchup between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights. This is your commentator, James Clarke, on the call. And on the other mat is Shane Dunn, who is covering the third place matchup between Clifton and PCTI. But we are here right now, and this matchup is PCTI versus Westwood. Westwood holds a 33-21 lead right now. A win here for Westwood would clinch the match for them. But a loss here still puts Old Tappan in that category of trying to win. We have O'Neill from Old Tappan, and we have Cohen from Westwood here wrestling. We are 0-0 right now. 45 seconds left to go in the first period. And it looks like the Clifton PCTI match just finished up there. And we'll get the final score of that momentarily. I believe it was a win for PCTI, 45-24. Looked like it was the final win there, I believe, but we'll get that. So looks like PCTI will finish third. 15 seconds left to go in the first period.
And then both matches are forfeited out. The Bulldogs will win this one, 45, Clifton High School, 24.
So I did get that correct. It was 45-24. ACTI finished
in the Big North Duels.
and third in the Big North Duels and defeats their rival, Clifton. And that's going to be the end of one period. We are all tied up at 0 right now. And Shane Dunn was on the call for that third place matchup. And going bottom is Cohen. He's going to start bottom to go to the second period. And here we go. We'll see what happens here between Cohen and O'Neill. As I've mentioned before, a win here would clinch the match and the title to Westwood. If they lose this bout right here, Old Tappan can still be in position to win, but a win at this point for Westwood would clinch it. And as I say that, O'Neill getting in on some back points right there of his own. We'll see if he gets the pin right here. That would be huge if they can get a pin right there. And I think they're near it on our side of view. It looks like he's near it, but the official says otherwise. We're near the pin right there, and he's going to get the pin. And Old Tappan is still in this one as he gets the pin in the second period. That now cuts the lead 33-27 for Westwood right now with 2 bouts to go.
Ryan O'Neill.
So today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We also like to take the time to thank our sponsors for the day, and they are as follows: Brother Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for your sponsors for today's broadcast of the Big North Public Duels. And here we go at 285.
Dante Downey, and from Northern Valley Old Tappan, Jack Horgan.
Again, a win here for Westwood. Any kind of win for Westwood would clinch the match here and the title for the Big North here for Westwood. But a loss for Westwood and a win for Old Tappan can still put them in that position to probably sneak away with a title. You just never know. Wrestling is just one of those sports that anything could happen, especially when you're looking at the heavyweight matchups, which could go in any direction very quickly. But we are here live at PCTI covering the Big North Public Duels, the final matchup between the Westwood Cardinals and the Old Tappan Knights, with your commentator on the call, James Clarke. And on the other mat was Shane Dunn, who finished up on the third place matchup between Clifton and PCTI. PCTI winning that one and finishing third in the Big North Duels. 37 seconds left to go in the first period. We're still tied up here at 0. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here, but this will be an exciting finish either way. Whether it will be a Westwood win or a Old Tappan win. Anything can just happen at any moment. You never know. And it very well could come down to the final bout, as I've said earlier. Try to see what goes on here. We're at the end of one period. We are all tied up at 0. Going to go bottom to start, so that is going to be Downey from Westwood and Horgan from Old Tappan. Downey choosing bottom to start. Just has to watch himself here as he's trying to work on that wrist control. Is Horgan from Old Tappan. And they'll try to get something going here. We have the stop at the elbow, but just going to cut him is Downey. That leads this one 1-0, which could be a smart decision or it could cost them. You never know. But we have 1:15 left to go in the second, so there's still plenty of time to see what happens here. As both wrestlers just feeling each other out as they're doing a lot of hand fighting, leaning on the head and seeing what they can do. We'll see if he can try and get that takedown in, but usually in heavyweight wrestling, it's usually whoever makes the mistake first is usually the winner. But you just never know what will happen here. We'll see what happens here as we continue on. 38 seconds left to go in the second period. Both wrestlers at heavyweight. Downey leading 1-0 from Westwood over Horgan of Old Tappan. Let's see if he can try and do something here. Try to just push him out of bounds there. Nothing doing there. The coaches from the Old Tappan side are seeing everything that they need to see here. 33-27. Westwood leads this one. Snapping on the head is Downey. And needs to figure out and see what will happen here as we have 10 seconds to go in the second period. And we're going to go into the third period with Downey holding a 1-0 lead right now over Horgan of Old Tappan. We're going to go bottom here to start the third period with what could be the final period. You just never know in this case scenario. And we'll see, he gets to escape there. Now it's one apiece right now for both wrestlers. That's exactly what he needed right there, right now. As this match, I'll call it right now, could potentially go into overtime unless anything crazy happens. But usually the heavyweight matches are usually what happens is a lot of times they'll always go into overtime or someone slips up and gets a pin. Because once you're on the ground, that's, you know, nothing much more you can do from that. But we'll see what happens here. That's exactly what Old Tappan is looking for, the first step to try to keep this match in check right now with Westwood and try to keep them on the ropes. We have 1:06 left to go in regulation, and we'll find out what's gonna happen here. We got a minute left to go. We're all tied up at 0. That very well could lead into the first overtime period with first takedown wins it. Now an underhook there right now is Downey. And getting in that front headlock position is Downey. Seeing what he could do. Just has to be careful with himself and make sure he doesn't get caught in anything crazy. He spins around and he gets the takedown. 3-1. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. Now gives up the escape, and we have a 3-2 lead here for Downey with 20 seconds to go in the third period, and gonna go in there. Could just cut him here at this point, really, as he extends it 5-2. Could just stay right there, honestly, if he wants to, or he could just cut him. Either way, Westwood, unless anything crazy happens here, and a crazy finish here, a nice crazy win there for Downey of Westwood, wins this one 7-3 and clinches the match for Westwood as they're going to go home today as Big North Public champions. Congratulations to Westwood and their team and their coaching staff for the brilliant win against Old Tappan. And we'll see what happens here at 106 pounds. We will find out if they will throw somebody out here to finish out the match or not. And they do. 2 wrestlers, 106. The last matchup of the day here between Westwood and Old Tappan. Here we go. We'll figure out what happens here. Both of these wrestlers, I know Westwood officially clinched the match. but we'll find out. We'll get the names to you momentarily for this final matchup here. Minute 30 to go in the first period between both wrestlers. See if he can try and snap down the head. Try to get that snap down there is the Westwood wrestler, but not successful with doing that. See what happens. We're approaching to the 1 minute mark. See if we could try to get something there. Try to see if we can try to do a throw or some sorts or something at least. 50 seconds left to go. Still have a 0-0 tie right here, right now, between both wrestlers, which are Salenza from Westwood and Bedoya from Old Tappan. And getting the takedown there is Bedoya. Leads this one 2-0. 33 seconds left to go. See if we could try and run something here. You know, it would be nice for Old Tappan to try to get this win here, even though they're not going to win the overall match between the two teams. But see if we can try to stuff the head there. Got 5 seconds to go in the first period. And that's going to be the end of one period. 2-0 lead there for Bedoya from Old Tappan. And he's going to go bottom to start the second period. We'll see what we can do here. Try to do a crossface there is the Westwood wrestler. Trying to see if he can break down that right there. Oh, and nice back points there coming his way. Not sure if he's going to get in that pinning combination, but at least going to get some back points out of it, and he'll get 2 at least. Makes this one 6-0 as he chose bottom to start. And we'll find out what happens here. All right, here we go. Minute 16 left. And we'll find out what happens here, but what looked like it was going to be a close. And throwing it back down, and aggressiveness there for Bedoya. Got a minute left to go, and he still has control on top. We have a minute left to go. Leads this one 6-0. See what he can do here. Grabbing that wrist there is Salenza, as he just stands straight up there near the escape point. Got it right there. 6-1 there for Bedoya. We'll see what happens. 21 seconds left to go in the second period. Seeing what can happen here. Try to see if we can get the snap on that for Bedoya. And grabbing onto that ankle is Bedoya. Blocking it off that takedown is Salenza. And spinning around, getting that takedown there right at the end of the second is Bedoya. Leads it now 8-1. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be his choice. Yep, that's what I thought. So Salenza's going to choose underneath the start. Showing the hands up, just making sure that he's not going on until the bottom man is ready. So minute 53 left to go. Even with a Westwood win here as an overall team, it still will be a victory here for Westwood. At the moment, it will be 36-30. Westwood would win this one. Minute 30 left to go in the third period. Try to see if he can throw in a crossface there. Try to grab something now to see if he can try to hook those legs in. But nothing doing there. Let's see what he can do. 1 minute to go in the third. Not much going on here. He just has control of the leg. Bedoya leads this one 8-1 right now. Might be content with just that victory there, but maybe wants to try to put some more in. I think that's exactly what he's trying to work for, as he did have a cradle, not a, kind of sort of like a cradle locked up there, but nothing doing there. Looking over to his coaches to see what he could do, as he has the 8-1 advantage. We have 27 seconds left to go in the third period. Bedoya leads this one 8-1. Got to see what he can do. Salenza going to try to get out from underneath here. Trying to just spin around, trying to get that near escape. Got it right there, 8-2 for Bedoya. And I think he's just going to walk away, unless he could just spin around there quickly and try to get the major. But either way, Bedoya wins it 8-2. But the overall match and the big North winner here is Westwood Cardinals. Congratulations to them.
However, this year the Westwood Cardinals have emerged as the Big North Championship duel with a score of 36-30 over Northern Valley Gold Tappan. Congratulations to the Cardinals of Westwood High School.
So today's sponsors for today's match is brought to you by Brothers Bruno's and Statewide Flooring. Thank you so much for providing financial support here for GardenStateHSWrestling.com's coverage. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's coverage, and that includes the following: Champion Athletes, Harrington Companies, and Apex Wrestling School, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. So, to wrap it up here, this is James Clarke. I want to thank Donald Brower for having me here today, doing a great job with the tech work. As he's smiling over here by me. But thank you to everybody tuning in today. Please keep up on our website and all of our social medias this week for more updates coming up, as we'll have a big week coming up this week. From Donald J. Brower, your commentator James Clarke, saying thank you so much. We'll see you all next time.